All right, this will be the last video for today, and we're going to be talking about chart density. So if you ever want to develop an app on K2, I'm going to be developing multiple apps, and for each app, I'm going to do these videos as I move along so you can kind of see, and then you can just look at the playlist and kind of figure things out. And hopefully they'll get faster, and eventually I'll do a demo app, which is like one deal, which is short and to the point. But we are building as we fly, fixing things as we fly. If you want to know the background of that picture, I think it's called the Hunter Brothers Longest Flight or something like that. Anyway, pretty great picture there. So let's pull this up. So where I am, I started actually building an app in Apex. So I've got the app up. I'm going to show you what I do for that. So once we've installed K2 and we've built as much of the application in the back as we can, and I've looked at this and I've even decided, alerting is going to come later. As I started thinking about alerting, here's some examples of what I would want to be able to do. I'd want to be able there's so many ways to define alerts. Most systems have really poor alerting, or I won't say poor. I'd say it's very heavy. It's a lot of heavy lifting in order to build up alerts, and once they're all built up, they're hard to modify. I really would like a single file that can be kept, that you can load, that could be stored in GitHub or GitLab, that you have access to, that defines the alerts that you have. So for a particular type of data set, and then the community can contribute to those alerts, and you can merge them into your repo and as you want, or upload them and whatever. So I really like kind of a text-based macro language that's very simple, something that might look like this. And so that's down the road. The nice thing about the stats that I have is it kind of keeps score, so I can build some very basic alerting, like threshold alerting, and so a few different types of alerts. I'll probably just create some alert types like templates, and you can select what you want. But we'll do that down the road. We're not going to worry about that now. So again, we're just simplifying. What do I need? And I'm always having to say, don't do that right now. As a developer, we're just tempted to build stuff that doesn't need to be built yet. But this is just here so I can remember this. So let's go over here, and I'll show you what I did. So we obviously went into our workspace admin, and I added the CD dev user to this app workspace so I can reference it. And then I copied this K2 app, which is the app that's in the exports folder for K2. And I'll get a current version out eventually when I do the next merge to main. And so then once we have the app up in this starter app, and I'm not going to call it so much a starter app as it's going to be an examples app. Like, you could use this, but it's going to have a lot of junk in it just to show you how things work, because I don't want to maintain multiples of these. And I don't know that the starter app, it's too hard to maintain as a starter app. If you want to see how authentication is done, it should be fairly simple, just to copy the pages you want here, or whatever, get up and running. But I'll still provide this. But basically, we did this. It gets copied. We go into shared components, app definition, and the things you're going to want to change are your name, your application alias. I use the user ID for that. I could do something else, obviously. I try to have as little to change as possible. And we go to security. You want to change this. This one's really important. Your parsing schema is CD dev. And you may want to use this because it does use SAS auth PKG authentication scheme. So maybe you want to delete all the pages you don't want and then use this. I'll try to keep it clean enough that you can do that, because setting up a new, having to copy authentication scheme and stuff might not be fun. So then we go back. I'll just say cancel. We go to user interface attributes. and change the text to chart density. And that was it. That's all you really need to do. And from there, I ran the application. I was able to create an account. My email worked. The verification worked. And I've already got an account, supposedly. I haven't tested this. Of course, this won't work, but that wouldn't be actually be too surprising. I haven't tested a lot of things. Okay, it worked. So that logged me in. We don't want that. Check API status didn't work because I don't think I have ORDS, RESTful, whatever enabled. That was supposed to be automatic. I think there's a flag for that, but I don't know why that didn't happen. So that's the only thing I've really got to figure out. So yeah, that's up and running. So we're ready to start building chart density, but I'm like out of energy for today, and that's it. We'll go tinker around and do some other things, but I have some other fun things that I want to build. I want to do some document where you create a PDF from a SQL or HTML table or whatever, Excel, and then store it in a table and write a API for K2 that does that really easily. That's something I can see using a lot. So that's it. We'll talk to you tomorrow.